Right here. I have therefore found it necessary to deny knowledge in order to make room for faith.
Alright.
Now, this actually makes complete sense when you've read the Critique of Pure Reason.
It makes sense once you've read the Critique of Pure Reason, but you can't make sense of it before that. Those words don't have any meaning unless you read the Critique of Pure Reason, because they're Kant's words, and he has his own subjective reality from which he's speaking. And in order to know more about his reality, you have to read his words. You can't just interpret them from your own reality. Well, Zorio, you frickin' idiot, I can interpret words from my own reality. And when someone says they deny knowledge and make room for faith, I know what that means. It doesn't make more sense if you read all the obfuscation in the frickin' universe. He's still denying knowledge and making room for faith.
There's something in there called the antinomies of pure reason.
Now, the antinomies of pure reason, I believe this is the analytic-synthetic dichotomy we'll get into, which I wasn't going to go into. My goodness, it's very abstract.
Which is basically that he uses this both to prove that God exists and to prove that God does not exist. But for our cases, let's just use his example of freedom. In the book, he proves both that we are completely free and that we are completely determined. Both are entirely rational.
Now, he gives the example that Kant proves that we are completely free and that we're completely determined. Then he also proves that God doesn't exist and that God does exist. So this is an exercise in sophistry. Now, Zorio's conclusion and Kant's conclusion is that there are beliefs which it is perfectly rational to hold, and you can hold that belief or its opposite. And it's perfectly rational to hold either one. Now, I don't even care to look into your reasons for believing such a bizarre and crazy thing. I don't care why you believe that. So if you make a video explaining more about why you believe that, I won't watch it. Just know that. But let me say that you cannot have a given set of information and rationally come to two opposite conclusions from that given set of information. It is true that you can have an opposite judgment of what you used to have given new information. For example, in Atlas Shrugged, Hank Rearden believed that the strikers were destroying the world and that it was wrong. But then when what's-his-name went and talked to him, I don't want to spoil the plot or anything, he went on strike immediately. As soon as he saw the rational reality of it, he went on strike because there was new information. He saw new reasons that he didn't see before. He had to reinterpret his view. So he had the opposite view that he had before. They were both rational views, but the information set changed. And Zorio is saying the information set doesn't have to change. You can have an identical information set and two contradictory beliefs can rationally follow. I say that's categorically not allowed. It's not rational if that's the case. We just disagree on that. We just disagree. So don't try to obfuscate any further, Zorio. That's the end of that. You cannot have a rational conclusion with a given set of information that is the opposite of another conclusion that is just as rational. Absolutely not allowed by the laws of logic and the definition of rationality. I hope somebody benefits from this, because Zorio's not.
And what that means is that it reaches what are called the edges of pure reason.
The edges of pure reason.
Beyond which reason cannot go, because reason does not have the answer.
The edge of pure reason, beyond which reason can't go, because reason doesn't have the answer. And how would you know reason doesn't have the answer? Is that a feeling that you have? Or someone told you, right? You believe it. Kant said that reason doesn't have all the answers, and you believe him, right? Right? So you didn't find out for yourself. You're believing Kant when he says that reason doesn't have all the answers. Or did you go find out for yourself that reason doesn't have all the answers? Or did somebody give you the reasons why reason doesn't have all the answers? Guess what? Reason has all the answers. There's nothing outside the realm of reality. nothing outside the realm of reality. Reason does have all the answers. Reason is the faculty of connecting facts to reality.